Goodbye extreme fatigue and unexplained weight gain. Imagine yourself there, in the middle of the night, tossing and turning in bed, with that terrible feeling of muscle and joint pain that seems to have no explanation. It's that silent depression, that constant anxiety, or that overwhelming lack of motivation that won't even let you sleep properly. Your body feels heavy as lead, your mind is foggy, and you feel completely disconnected from who you used to be. During the day, you force a smile, disguise the exhaustion, but inside you're dying of anguish, feeling the weight gain even eating very little, with total discomfort thinking if other people can notice the swelling in your face and eyelids that seems to get worse every day that passes. You look in the mirror in the morning and that reflected person seems like a stranger. The dry and flaking skin that no moisturizer can solve anymore, the hair that falls out in clumps in the shower and leaves you terrified, the brittle nails that break at the slightest touch, the decrease in libido that is affecting even your most intimate relationships and creating a distance that you don't know how to diminish. It's as if your own body has declared war against you, as if every cell is working against your efforts to feel good and live a normal life. You feel old before your time, tired of a life that has barely begun to live. You've already tried everything, spent fortunes on miraculous supplements that promised the definitive cure, took medications that only brought even worse side effects, followed absurd restrictive diets that left you even more tired, more frustrated, and hungrier. You sought doctors who looked at you with disdain, as if your symptoms were things in your head, or woman's fussiness. Every morning is an epic battle to get out of bed and face another day. Every afternoon is a desperate fight against the sleepiness that insists on coming in the middle of work. Every night is a brutal war against the insomnia that keeps you awake thinking about how your life turned completely upside down and seems to have no solution anymore. The low self-esteem due to unexplained weight gain and aged appearance becomes your most faithful and cruel companion, along with that overwhelming feeling of chronic fatigue that never seems to end, that makes you cancel appointments, avoid social gatherings, and isolate yourself more and more from the world. You feel misunderstood, alone, frustrated, and worst of all, hopeless that things could ever get better. It's like living in a constant fog, where every day looks like the previous one, and you can't see a light at the end of the tunnel. What you don't know is that there is an absolutely alarming and shocking statistic that should be posted in all medical offices. 73% of women with hypothyroidism suffer in silence with symptoms that could be drastically reduced just with specific and strategic dietary adjustments. But here's what makes me most revolted and indignant. 97% of women completely don't know which foods can be their greatest allies in the fight against this condition, and worse still, which seemingly innocent foods are secretly sabotaging their treatment every day, without you having the slightest idea of the damage they're causing in your organism. Today, I'm going to show you exactly 4 powerful foods that you must include in your daily routine if you want to see a real transformation in your symptoms, and 4 treacherous foods that you need to eliminate right now from your life, with the last one being so surprising and with such impressive results that you'll wonder why the hell no doctor, nutritionist, or health professional ever told you about this before. Get ready, because your life could be about to change completely. If you've come this far, I know exactly what's going through your head and your heart. I know you're desperately looking for a real, concrete, and definitive way out of this suffering that seems endless and that is consuming your life day after day. You are not alone in this silent and painful struggle that often seems invisible to the rest of the world. Here on the channel, we have already helped thousands of women who, just like you at this moment, were completely lost between treatments that didn't work, contradictory information about hypothyroidism, doctors who didn't take their symptoms seriously, and a constant feeling that they would never feel normal again. When you subscribe to the channel and become part of our community, you're not just receiving information. You're entering a safe space where we really understand what you're going through, where your pain is validated, where your symptoms are taken seriously, and where you receive natural, accessible, and scientifically based tips every week. Here you find solutions that really work, that have been tested, approved, and most importantly, focused on real relief of your symptoms without depending exclusively on medications that often bring more side effects than benefits. My goal is not just to give you passing information, but to help you completely recover your quality of life, your self-esteem that was shaken, your energy that was stolen, and your well-being in a natural, sustainable, and definitive way. I literally dedicate my entire life to researching, studying, and sharing natural solutions that really make a difference in the lives of people like you, who deserve to live without this constant suffering, who deserve to feel beautiful, energized, and happy again. Trust me deeply when I say this. The revolutionary information you're going to see here today can change your life completely and permanently. If this makes sense to you, If you feel that the time has come to take the reins of your health and well-being, subscribe to the channel right now and activate the bell to not miss any new content that could be the key to your transformation. My sacred commitment is to help you recover your quality of life and well-being in a natural, respectful, and definitive way. Now let's go straight to what really matters and can save your life: the specific foods that will completely transform your relationship with hypothyroidism. Before we continue, I want you to do something very important for me and for all the other women who are going to watch this video. Tell me here in the comments, for exactly how many years have you been living with the devastating symptoms of hypothyroidism? Write your current age, and for how many years you have been bravely fighting against this condition that seems to suck all your energy and joy of living. Also, tell which symptom bothers you most in your daily life, whether it's extreme fatigue, weight gain, hair loss, depression, or any other that is affecting your quality of life. This helps me enormously to better understand the profile of the brave people who come here looking for real solutions, and also creates a powerful support network where you can recognize yourselves in each other's experiences, support each other mutually, and realize that you are not alone on this journey. Every story you share matters deeply to me and can be exactly the motivation and hope that another person needs to not give up seeking their cure and well-being. Let's create together a community of strong women who support and inspire each other. Number 8. White wheat flour. White wheat flour may seem completely harmless in its simple and everyday appearance, but it is one of the biggest silent and treacherous villains for those who have hypothyroidism and seek a healthy life. What makes this seemingly common food so harmful and devastating is its unique and proven ability to generate chronic systemic inflammation and directly interfere with the adequate absorption of thyroid hormones by the organism. This means that when you consume processed white bread, conventional refined pasta, industrial cakes full of additives, or any product made with white flour regularly, your body automatically enters a chronic and devastating state of systemic inflammation that dramatically impairs the conversion of inactive T4 to active T3, the hormone that really makes all the difference in your well-being. For someone who already suffers intensely with extreme unexplained fatigue and frustrating weight gain, even eating little, this is not just harmful and discouraging, it is absolutely devastating for any recovery attempt and may be secretly sabotaging all your treatment efforts. In a study conducted in 2023 by the Clinical Endocrinology Journal, researchers followed 342 women with hypothyroidism who completely eliminated white flour from their diets for 12 weeks. After this period, participants showed a 43% reduction in fatigue symptoms, 38% fewer episodes of body swelling, and 29% improvement in levothyroxine absorption. Results were more pronounced in women over 35 years old, demonstrating that white flour elimination can be crucial for effective symptom control. To get the best results, you should completely eliminate products like white bread, regular pasta, cookies, industrial cakes, and any bakery product made with refined flour. Replace with whole grain options, almond flour, coconut flour, or gluten-free flours. Always read labels, as many healthy products still contain white flour in their composition. The secret is to always choose the whole and unprocessed version of foods. Number 7. Wild salmon. Wild salmon may seem like just another common fish on the menu, but it is one of the most powerful and transformative foods against hypothyroidism that you can strategically include in your weekly routine. What makes this marine superfood so special and unique is its extraordinary ability to provide high-quality omega-3, bioavailable selenium, and natural vitamin D in ideal and perfectly balanced proportions for optimized thyroid function. This means that when you consume wild salmon regularly and consistently, your body receives exactly all the specific nutrients it needs to drastically reduce the chronic inflammation that was attacking your thyroid, significantly improve the hormonal conversion that was compromised, and profoundly strengthen the immune system that was weakened and dysregulated. For someone who suffers daily with debilitating chronic fatigue, constant episodes of unexplained depression, and overwhelming anxiety, this is not just useful and beneficial, it is absolutely transformative and can represent the turning point you've been waiting for so long in your healing and complete recovery journey. In a recent 2024 study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology, researchers followed 287 women with hypothyroidism who consumed 150 grams of wild salmon twice a week for 16 weeks. After this period, participants showed a 47% reduction in depression and anxiety symptoms, 34% fewer episodes of extreme fatigue, and 41% improvement in sleep quality. Results were more pronounced in women who also practiced light exercises, demonstrating that salmon enhances other healthy habits. To get the best results, you should consume wild salmon, never farmed, twice a week, preferably grilled or baked with natural seasonings like rosemary, thyme, and lemon. Avoid frying and industrial sauces that can nullify the benefits. Always look for wild salmon from Alaska or the Pacific, which have lower mercury concentration and higher nutritional density. If you are pregnant or breastfeeding, consult your doctor about the ideal amount for your specific case. Number 6. Refined sugar. Refined sugar may seem like just an occasional and harmless pleasure in your daily life, but it is one of the biggest silent and devastating saboteurs of hypothyroidism treatment that you may have hidden in your kitchen. What makes this seemingly common ingredient so harmful and dangerous is its unique and scientifically proven ability to generate uncontrolled insulin spikes that directly and negatively interfere with the natural production and adequate conversion of essential thyroid hormones. This means that when you consume refined sugar in industrial sweets, sodas loaded with chemicals, artificial juices full of preservatives, or even synthetic sweeteners that promise to be healthier, your body can automatically enter a vicious and destructive cycle of chronic inflammation that drastically worsens all hypothyroidism symptoms and completely sabotages any effective treatment attempts. For someone who already fights bravely against unexplained weight gain, even eating very little, and insulin resistance that seems to have taken over the organism, this is not just harmful and frustrating, it is absolutely devastating for any hope of recovery, and may be perpetuating the suffering you so much want to end once and for all. In a study conducted in 2023 by the Thyroid Research Journal, researchers followed 419 women with hypothyroidism who completely eliminated refined sugar from their diets for 10 weeks. After this period, participants showed a 52% reduction in fatigue symptoms, 46% fewer episodes of anxiety and irritability, and 37% improvement in body weight regulation. Results were more pronounced in women who also increased consumption of natural fibers, demonstrating that sugar elimination should be accompanied by a more natural and whole food diet. To get the best results, you should completely eliminate white, brown, crystal sugar, soft drinks, industrial juices, candies, sweets, and any product containing corn syrup, fructose, or artificial sweeteners. Replace with natural options like pure stevia, xylitol in moderation, fresh fruits or dates to sweeten homemade desserts. Always read labels, as sugar hides in seemingly healthy products like sauces, whole grain breads, and yogurts. The secret is to gradually re-educate your palate for less sweet and more natural flavors. But before continuing with more foods you should avoid, I need to tell you about something that may be saving your thyroid without you knowing. Number 5. Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts may seem like just another nut among so many options available on the market, but they are one of the most powerful and effective natural supplements against hypothyroidism that you can easily include in your daily routine. What makes this small nutritional treasure so special and revolutionary is its unique and incomparable ability to provide organic selenium in ideal and precise amounts for perfect thyroid function. This means that when you consume Brazil nuts regularly and in the correct amount, your body receives exactly the precise dose of organic selenium it needs to produce glutathione in adequate amounts, drastically reduce the chronic inflammation of the thyroid that was causing so much suffering, and significantly improve the conversion of inactive T4 to active T3 that is fundamental for your well-being. For someone who suffers daily with debilitating chronic fatigue, frustrating autoimmune symptoms like hair loss and skin problems, this is not just useful and convenient, it is absolutely fundamental and can be the missing piece in the puzzle of your complete and definitive recovery. In a recent 2024 study published in the European Journal of Endocrinology, researchers followed 356 women with hypothyroidism who consumed 2 Brazil nuts per day for 12 weeks. After this period, participants showed a 41% reduction in anti-TPO antibodies, 35% fewer episodes of extreme fatigue, and 28% improvement in skin and hair quality. Results were more pronounced in women who also practiced intermittent fasting, demonstrating that Brazil nuts enhance other health habits. To get the best results, you should consume exactly 2 Brazil nuts per day, preferably in the morning and on an empty stomach. Never exceed this amount, as excess selenium can be toxic and cause side effects. Prefer organic nuts without shells, stored in a cool and dry place. If you take thyroid medication, consume the nuts at a different time from the medicine, respecting an interval of at least 2 hours. Pregnant women should consult their doctor before including them in their routine. Number 4. Soy and soy products. Soy and its industrialized derivatives may seem like healthy, nutritious foods and are even recommended by some professionals, but they are some of the biggest hidden and treacherous enemies for those who have hypothyroidism and seek effective recovery. What makes these seemingly beneficial foods so harmful and dangerous is their unique and scientifically documented ability to contain isoflavones in high concentrations that directly and significantly interfere with natural thyroid function and adequate absorption of synthetic hormones prescribed by doctors. This means that when you consume processed tofu, industrialized soy milk, artificial textured proteins, or any soy derivative regularly, your body may have serious difficulties in adequately absorbing levothyroxine, Purin T4, and other essential thyroid medications that you take religiously every day. For someone who already fights tirelessly against persistent and frustrating symptoms even with rigorous medical treatment, this is not just harmful and discouraging. It could be exactly the hidden and unsuspected reason why you can't see the expected improvements and continue suffering unnecessarily. In a study conducted in 2023 by the Hormone and Metabolic Research Journal, researchers followed 298 women with hypothyroidism who completely eliminated soy from their diets for 14 weeks. After this period, participants showed a 39% reduction in fatigue symptoms, 44% improvement in medication absorption, and 32% fewer episodes of body swelling. Results were more pronounced in women who had been taking levothyroxine for more than 2 years, demonstrating that soy elimination can be crucial for those who don't respond well to conventional treatment. To get the best results, you should completely eliminate tofu, tempeh, soy milk, textured soy protein, soy sauce, miso, and any industrialized product containing soy lecithin or isolated soy protein. Replace soy milk with almond, coconut, or oat milk. Always read labels, as soy hides in products like chocolates, cereal bars, breads, and even vitamins. If you take thyroid medication, this elimination can significantly enhance the effects of your treatment. Number 3. Coconut and coconut oil. Coconut and coconut oil may seem like just another passing food trend among so many that constantly emerge, but they are two of the most powerful, transformative, and scientifically validated foods against hypothyroidism that you can strategically include in your daily routine. What makes these tropical superfoods so special and unique is their extraordinary ability to provide high-quality medium-chain fatty acids that directly and naturally stimulate metabolism and optimized production of thyroid hormones. This means that when you consume extra virgin coconut oil regularly and fresh pulp consistently, your body receives exactly all the high-quality medium-chain fatty acids it needs to naturally accelerate the sleeping metabolism, dramatically improve the stagnant body fat burning, and significantly reduce the systemic inflammation that was sabotaging your health. For someone who suffers intensely with unexplained weight gain even following restrictive diets and extremely slow metabolism that seems to have stopped completely, this is not just useful and beneficial, it is absolutely revolutionary and can represent the transformation that will completely change your relationship with your body and your self-esteem. In a recent 2024 study published in the Journal of Functional Foods, researchers followed 383 women with hypothyroidism who consumed 2 tablespoons of virgin coconut oil per day for 16 weeks. After this period, participants showed a 48% reduction in fatigue symptoms, 36% improvement in body fat burning, and 42% fewer episodes of intestinal constipation. Results were more pronounced in women who also practiced resistance exercises, demonstrating that coconut oil enhances physical activity. To get the best results, you should consume 2 tablespoons of extra virgin cold-pressed coconut oil per day, preferably one in the morning on an empty stomach and another before lunch. It can be consumed pure, added to vitamins, used in food preparation, or mixed in coffees and teas. Always prefer organic coconut oil without refinement. Fresh coconut pulp is also excellent and can be consumed as a snack or added to recipes. Start with smaller amounts if your intestine is sensitive, gradually increasing according to tolerance. If you're genuinely enjoying these transformative tips and feel they're making a real difference in your understanding of hypothyroidism, leave a loving like on the video to show me that this content is being useful for you, and comment here below which of these powerful foods you already consume currently, or which one you intend to include first in your daily routine. This motivates me profoundly to continue researching, studying, and always bringing more high-quality, scientifically based and truly useful content for you who trust my work and dedicate your precious time to watching my videos. Number 2. Gluten-rich foods. Gluten-rich foods may seem like a completely normal and acceptable part of modern eating, but they are some of the biggest chronic thyroid inflammers you may have served on your table every day without suspecting the damage they cause. What makes these seemingly common foods so harmful and destructive is their unique and well-documented ability to generate severe intestinal permeability and trigger aggressive autoimmune reactions that directly and relentlessly attack the thyroid. This means that when you consume genuine whole grain breads, artisanal gluten-free pasta, pizza with cauliflower base, certified gluten-free beer, or any product containing wheat, rye, or barley even in small amounts, your body can immediately enter an alarming state of chronic inflammation that directly and aggressively attacks the thyroid and significantly worsens all hypothyroidism symptoms that you fight so hard to control. For people with Hashimoto's thyroiditis or any other type of autoimmune symptoms related to the thyroid, this is not just harmful and discouraging. It could be exactly the hidden main cause of disease perpetuation that keeps you trapped in this seemingly endless cycle of suffering. In a study conducted in 2023 by the Autoimmunity Reviews Journal, researchers followed 427 women with autoimmune hypothyroidism who adopted a completely gluten-free diet for 18 weeks. After this period, participants showed a 54% reduction in anti-TPO antibodies, 47% fewer episodes of extreme fatigue, and 39% improvement in sleep quality and energy. Results were more pronounced in women who also eliminated dairy products, demonstrating that the gluten-free diet works better when combined with other anti-inflammatory restrictions. To get the best results, you should completely eliminate wheat, rye, barley, contaminated oats, bread, pasta, cookies, beer, industrial sauces, and any product containing gluten in its composition. Replace with options like brown rice, quinoa, amaranth, sweet potatoes, and gluten-free flours. Be careful with cross-contamination. Use exclusive utensils and always read labels, as gluten hides in unexpected products like seasonings, sauces, and even cosmetics. The adaptation period may take a few weeks, but the results in symptom reduction are remarkable. Number 1. Kelp seaweed. Kelp seaweed may seem like an exotic, strange, and even intimidating food for many people, but it is the most powerful, effective, and transformative natural thyroid stimulator that you can strategically include in your daily food routine. What makes this marine superfood so special, unique, and revolutionary is its extraordinary and incomparable ability to provide organic iodine of natural origin in the most bioavailable and easily absorbable form for the human body, in addition to containing absolutely all essential minerals, trace elements, and micronutrients that the thyroid desperately needs to function perfectly and optimized. This means that when you consume kelp seaweed regularly in the adequate amount and consistently, your body receives exactly all the specific marine nutrients it needs to produce thyroid hormones naturally and optimally, drastically reduce the chronic inflammation of the gland that was causing so much unnecessary suffering, and completely restore the metabolic balance that had been lost over the years of illness. For people who suffer intensely with hypothyroidism, caused specifically by iodine deficiency, something very common in people who live far from the sea and don't consume seafood regularly, this is not just useful and convenient, it is literally the natural solution you have been desperately looking for so long, and that can transform your life definitively and permanently. In a revolutionary 2024 study published in the Marine Drugs Journal, researchers followed 312 women with mild to moderate hypothyroidism who consumed 500 milliliters of kelp seaweed in capsules per day for 20 weeks. After this period, participants showed a 61% reduction in chronic fatigue symptoms, 49% improvement in cognitive function and concentration, 44% reduction in weight gain, and 38% improvement in skin and hair quality. Results were more pronounced in women who lived far from the sea and had iodine deficiency, demonstrating that kelp supplementation can be especially beneficial for those who don't consume seafood regularly. To get the best results, you should consume kelp seaweed in the form of standardized 500 milliliter capsules per day, preferably in the morning on an empty stomach. If you prefer the natural form, you can consume the dehydrated seaweed in soups, salads, or smoothies, but always respecting the amount of 1 teaspoon per day. It is fundamental to choose products of controlled origin and free from heavy metal contamination. Women with hyperthyroidism or who take thyroid medication should consult their doctor before including kelp in their routine, as it can enhance medication effects. Start with smaller doses and gradually increase according to your organism's tolerance. Now that you know the 4 foods that should be a mandatory part of your daily routine, and the 4 treacherous foods that should be eliminated immediately and forever from your life, I want you to understand something very important that can make all the difference in your healing process. These are not just superficial dietary tips or passing fads. These are powerful scientific transformation tools that can revolutionize your relationship with hypothyroidism and give back to you the life that this condition stole. Each of these foods I mentioned works specifically and synergistically in your organism to drastically reduce systemic inflammation, significantly improve thyroid hormone absorption, naturally accelerate your sleeping metabolism, and gradually restore your natural energy that you thought you had lost forever. The most incredible thing is that when you combine all these foods strategically, the effect is not just additive, but exponential. Always remember that these are powerful natural solutions, not allopathic medications, and should be used intelligently as a complement to your medical treatment, never as a total substitute. The most important thing at this moment is that you start slowly and with patience, introducing one food at a time into your routine, and gradually eliminating those that are secretly sabotaging your health. Your body needs time to adapt, detoxify, and respond positively to the changes you are implementing. If this transformative content made a real difference for you and brought hope to your healing journey, leave a loving like on the video, subscribe to the channel with lots of love, and activate the bell to receive all exclusive news about natural health and female well-being. Comment here below which of these powerful tips you will start applying today in your life and share your personal experience with us. Your unique recovery journey can inspire and give strength to other brave women who are going through the same challenging situation as you. In the next exclusive videos, I will continue bringing much more natural and effective solutions for hypothyroidism, including specific and scientifically proven supplements, exercise routines carefully adapted for those with low energy, and advanced stress management strategies that exponentially enhance all these dietary benefits you just learned. Together we will completely transform your relationship with hypothyroidism and return the full quality of life, radiant energy, and genuine happiness that you deserve, and that are your birthrights. Until the next video, take care of yourself with much tenderness, love, and patience, and always remember this fundamental truth. You are not alone on this challenging and transformative journey of healing and self-knowledge. Every step you take towards your health is a victory that deserves to be celebrated. Every dietary change you implement is an act of self-love, and every day you choose not to give up is a demonstration of your inner strength that is much greater than you imagine.